China's massive Victory Day parade, celebrating the 80th anniversary of Japan's surrender during World War II, sent a clear message amid rising tensions with the West. While the calculated display boasted the Chinese military's technological progress to the world, the leading robotics firm Unitree is taking steps to distance itself from Beijing's growing militarization. But will it be enough to quell rising fears that its mass production robots are Trojan horses that pave the way for surveillance and security threats under the guise of civilian innovation? Touted as China's largest ever military parade, the spectacle featured a symbolic and strategic lineup that included Russian President Vladimir Putin, North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It prompted a sarcastic response from U.S. President Donald Trump.
The Truth Social post, he wrote, "Please give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and King Jong-un as you conspire against the United States of America."
And they were hoping I was watching, and I was watching. My relationship with all of them is very good. We're going to find out how good it is over the next week or two.
During the parade, the People's Liberation Army showed off its strongest ever nuclear arsenal, which China says completes its nuclear triad. That means they can strike from land, sea, and air, making it harder for rivals to stop and giving them more options in a conflict. The show also highlighted China's growing advantage in hypersonic weapons like the DF-17 and YJ series anti-ship missiles that can travel over 5 times the speed of sound, making them virtually impossible to intercept. The Chinese military boasts a layered defense system that combines traditional missiles with state-of-the-art energy weapons. Naval ships are now equipped with high-energy lasers, while land-based systems use a mix of anti-drone guns, missiles, and even microwave weapons to disable next-generation threats. On the ground, China showed the new Type 100 tank, which uses high-tech sensors, drones, and augmented reality visors to give crews a 360-degree view of the battlefield. The parade put spotlight on robots and AI-driven machines. There were no humanoids on display, though viral AI-generated footage tricked many on social media. Participation from legged robots was limited to quadrupeds known as Robo wolves. Developed by the state-owned China South Industries Corporation, the 4-legged robots are built for complex terrains, including city streets, mines, caves, and stairs. Weighing about 70 kilos, a Robo Wolf operates for up to 3 hours with a single charge with a combat radius of 7 kilometers. The Robo Wolves, which made their public debut during Airshow China 2024, were mounted atop vehicles during the Victory Day parade. Meanwhile, Hangzhou-based Unitree Robotics is distancing itself from militarized displays of power. On the eve of the parade, the unicorn robotics firm shared a statement confirming its intent to go public and emphasizing its role as a civilian technology company. Unitree didn't specify which market it's entering, but recent reports in Chinese media indicate they've considered the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, as well as mainland domestic exchanges. According to the statement, the company will submit required documents for an initial public offering between October and December 2025. Unitree said detailed info about its business operations will be disclosed upon its filing, while sharing some details about their revenue. The company's quadrupedal robots account for 65% of its sales. About 80% of the robotic dogs sold are used for research, education, and consumer applications. The remaining 20% are for industrial use cases like inspections and firefighting. Unitree's Go-To quadruped has soared in popularity thanks to its entry price starting at $1,600. It's also become ubiquitous outside the tech world, popping up everywhere from military displays to gay pride parades. Unitree's higher-end robodogs include the Alien Go, which is sold for $50,000, and the B2, an industrial-grade robot built for challenging environments like oil fields, construction zones, and disaster areas. That quadruped's pricing starts at $100,000. Unitree also recently announced the next-generation robotic dog called the A2 that reaches running speeds up to 18 kilometers per hour, carries up to 100 kilos, and withstands harsh conditions. Pricing for that robot hasn't yet been disclosed. Humanoid robots, which generate about 30% of Unitree's revenue, are used almost exclusively for research and education applications. The company's flagship humanoid, the H1, starts at around $90,000. Unitree's more popular humanoid, the G1, disrupted the emerging market when it introduced itself to the world wielding a baton in May 2024 thanks to its $16,000 price point. The pricing was considered shockingly low at the time, but it's since been undercut by Chinese competitors like Shenzhen-based Engine AI and Shanghai startup Agibot, as well as the Silicon Valley robotics firm K-Scale Labs. Unitree recently introduced a next-generation humanoid that's about the same size, called the R1, that's priced starting at $5,900. According to Unitree, 5% of its revenue is from selling components like sensors, actuators, controllers, and modular parts. Unitree is approaching household name status as the People's Liberation Army rapidly develops AI-driven robots through government-backed labs. China's provocations put Unitree in an extremely precarious position as concerns mount in the West about AI-powered hardware acting as Trojan horses. Unitree hopes to avoid export bans and trade restrictions similar to ones placed on drones manufactured by Shenzhen-based DJI. If the US and other countries start reflexively banning Unitree's robots, it could significantly reduce its IPO valuation and make it much less attractive to public market investors. Since Unitree is based in China, its products fall under the Republic's 2017 National Intelligence Law, which obligates companies to assist government intelligence work if requested. Though Unitree markets its robots as civilian tools, their open SDKs and relative low costs make them ideal for repurposing into surveillance and reconnaissance devices. Some models integrate cloud-based updates and telemetry systems, raising fears about potential data leakage or hidden backdoors. Footage of Unitree's quadrupeds armed with rifles have gone viral several times, but Unitree says all militarized modifications are from third parties and not endorsed by the company. In October 2022, Unitree joined Boston Dynamics, Agility Robotics, and others signing an open letter pledging to not weaponize their machines. They also promised to review customer applications and explore tech-based safeguards. A few months earlier, Unitree denied reports that its Go-1 quadruped was used by the Russian military. The following September, the U.S. Marines conducted a tactical exercise using a Go-1 bot outfitted with a grenade launcher. The Chinese military has also showcased a lethally modded Unitree robot during 2024 exercises with Cambodia, as well as Ukraine's army, which reportedly purchased the robots through a British supplier. Unitree's robots have also become controversial in Taiwan, after Taipei officials deployed a robodog for sidewalk inspections and pedestrian area maintenance. The city's council raised alarms upon discovering the robot was manufactured by a Chinese company. For more on the unlikely rise of Unitree robotics, check the related video.